Hello students, welcome to Arms Academy YouTube channel. Today we are going to study one very important topic from Principles of Inheritance and Variation. The topic is linkage. Many students find this topic difficult, but let's try to understand this topic in a very simplified manner. Now to understand what is linkage, first we need to understand the law of independent assortment. Okay, so let's start now. If we have two genes which are located on two different chromosomes, okay, so here we have two blue chromosomes and two green chromosomes. If we consider gene A present on blue chromosome and gene B located on green chromosome, as the genes A and B are present on two different pairs of chromosomes, they will assort independently. Now, how do they assort independently? If we apply the law of segregation, we can see that these two chromosomes will segregate during gamete formation. Also, both the green chromosomes will also segregate during gamete formation. Now, the first blue chromosome can segregate with the first green chromosome. Then we will have a combination capital A, capital B. If the first blue chromosome segregate with the second green chromosome, then we will have a combination capital A, small b. Similarly, if the second blue chromosome segregate with the first green chromosome, then we will have small a, capital B, and the last type of gamete will be small a, small b. All these four types of gametes will form in equal amounts. So, this will be 25%, second 25%, third 25% and fourth 25%. All gametes in equal amount. But what if both genes A and B are located on the same chromosome? Let's try to visualize it. So, if we have a chromosome, let's take a red chromosome, homologous pair of chromosome, and we have genes A and B on the same chromosome. As both the chromosomes in a pair will segregate during gamete formation, these two chromosomes will separate. Now, you will have a combination A, B, as both the genes are present on same chromosome, they have tendency to move together. In first case, as A and B genes are present on separate chromosomes, they will be assorted independently. But as here genes A and B are present on the same chromosome, they have tendency to move together. Similarly, small a and small b will move together and you will have a gamete small a, small b. Now, these combinations are like the parental combinations. So, these two types of gametes are called parental. Suppose, if crossing over, that means recombination occurs between the two genes, what will happen? Now, here crossing over can occur during gamete formation. So, you can have capital A and small b together in a gamete. So, you will have a new type of gamete, that is capital A, small b. Also, during crossing over, as exchange of genetic material will occur, you can have one more new combination, that is small a and capital B. So, let's write it here. These two are recombinant types of gametes. Now, the question is, in first case, all the four types of gametes are in equal amounts. What about here in case of when the genes are present on same chromosome? Crossing over chances are rare, especially if the two genes are very close to each other. That is why the amount of parental gametes will be more and the number of recombinant gametes will be less. That is why the offsprings which you obtain in the next generation will show you characters more like parental and less of recombinants. Let's try to visualize and correlate the relation between distance between genes and the amount of linkage. Again, so we have chromosomes, we have gene A, small a, capital B, small b. A and B genes on the same chromosome. And let's take one more set of example. We have two chromosomes, homologous pair, and here the genes are comparatively very close to each other. Now, where is crossing over more frequent? Where the possibility is more? As the distance between A and B here in first case is more, chances of crossing over are also more. But in second scenario, as the two genes are located close to each other, the chances of crossing over are comparatively rare. So what will happen here? In this case, again 4 types of gametes will form. Capital AB, that is same as parental. Similarly, small ab, same as parental. Now, the new gametes which will form after crossing over will be capital A, small a, capital B. These two are recombinants. Similarly, here also in second case you will have the same 4 types of gametes. Right? Now, what will happen? As in first case, crossing over का chance ज़्यादा है, तो क्या होगा? Parental will be more in amount and recombinants will be less. In second case, as crossing over chance are very rare, the number of recombinants will be very less. So what we can conclude here? Strength of linkage will be inversely proportional to the distance between two genes. When the two genes are very close, that means distance is less. Parental combinations are maintained. That means linkage is more. So in second case, the genes are more linked as the distance is less. Now based on this, we can calculate the recombination frequency. The formula for recombination frequency is recombination frequency is equal to number of recombinants divided by the total number of offsprings into 100. That means we represent recombination frequency in percentage. Now let's try to understand how to calculate recombination frequency and then the distance between genes using a very simple example. Here, let's see the example. An individual homozygous for genes CD is crossed with wild type, that means C plus D plus, and F1 crossed back with the double recessive small c, small d genes. And these are the 4 types of offsprings. Now here we have to calculate the distance between gene C and D. Now what is the cross done here? We have homozygous CD, right? So we have C, D crossed with the wild type C plus, D plus, D plus. You will obtain progeny C plus C, D plus D, like a normal dihybrid cross. Now what we have done? This is our F1. We have crossed this F1 back with double recessive individual. That means we have crossed it with CCDD. So let's represent it here. Crossed with CCDD. Now here in this case, after crossing, we will get 4 types of offsprings which are given here in the question. Now here you can see all the 4 types of offsprings are not in equal number. As they are not in equal number, that means law of independent assortment is not followed. Here linkage is present. So as the first 2 combinations are more in number, these one will be parental, and the last 2 values are comparatively small. So these will be recombinants. Always remember, in linkage, parental will be in more number and recombinants will be in less number. Now apply the formula. What is the formula? Recombination frequency is equal to number of recombinants. What are the number of recombinants? 98 plus 102, that is 200, divided by total number of offsprings. What will be the total number of offsprings? 903 plus 897 plus 98 plus 102, that is 2000, right? Into 100, because we represent recombination frequency in percentage. Now calculate this. We get 10. What is the percentage? 10%. Now, the value of recombination frequency will give you directly the distance between the 2 genes. So, your 2 genes are gene C and gene D. If the value is 10%, that means the distance between genes is 10 map units or 10 centimorgans. So this is how we calculate the distance between 2 genes. First, find the recombinants. They will always be in less number. Then apply the formula. You will get a percentage. If you have 10%, that means the distance between both the genes will be 10 map units or 10 centimorgan. We use the term Morgan because the term linkage and the phenomenon of linkage was explained by Morgan. I hope you have understood the concept of linkage and you can successfully find the distance between 2 linked genes. Remember, if the genes are present on same chromosome, then and then only they will show you some degree of linkage, and then only you can calculate the distance applying this formula. Thank you.